Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the Friday Flow. If you could let me know in the comments or by hitting the heart button that you can hear me, I would really appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Tina. Welcome to Friday Flow. We'll have a 50-minute flow. All right, if you have any trouble hearing me, let me know in the chat. So today we're getting ready for our Memorial Day weekend here in the U.S. And we will be, over the weekend, this is when we honor our fallen, especially from times of conflict. And so today the donations I receive will go toward having a free community class. Hello, Lisa. A free community class here in my town on Monday evening. So thank you so much for all your support. Today for our flow, if you have any props that you like to use, maybe like a blanket or yoga blocks, that's great. You don't necessarily need them. I'll offer alternatives if you don't have them. And we will go ahead and get started. So today I am going to have us start off down on our backs on the mat. This practice today is one to allow space for our feelings. So go ahead and rest onto your back and bring your feet together and allow your knees to reach out to the side into a reclined bound angle pose. You can support your knees with the blocks at any height that feels good, or your blankets or pillows, whatever you have. And allow one hand to rest on your belly and one to rest on your chest. And arriving here for our practice, starting by taking a scan of your body from the crown of your head down through your face, your shoulders, your arms, your chest and belly, to your seat and your hips, down through your upper legs to your knees, lower legs, and your feet. Feel the weight of your body grounded on the earth, paying particular attention to those spots that are touching the ground. Notice how you're supported by the earth. Bring your awareness to your breath here. How is your breath moving throughout your body today? Just taking note, without any judgment, any thoughts that come in and out of your mind, let them float by, acknowledge them and let them float away like a bubble. And now beginning your yoga breath here as your inhales and exhales come in and out of your nose. On your inhale, allow your breath to go all the way down to your belly and feel your belly start to rise and touch into your hand on your belly. And then as you exhale, your belly comes down, air comes out. And again, inhale the air to your belly. Your rib space, your chest may raise. And then as you exhale, allow your belly to come down, your ribs stitched together, your chest lowers. Continuing that breath, starting to balance out your inhales and exhales so as to bring yourself into easier balance to begin your practice. Today I can offer an intention for your practice to create and hold space for you to feel the feelings that you have and that come and go throughout your life. As you're ready, take your arms down to the outside of your thighs and bring your knees up toward the sky, bringing your feet down on the ground. Maybe moving your blocks off to the side if you're using them, and then sway your knees from side to side. Lower your knees to one side and then roll over and press yourself up to a seated position. Easy sit pose here. One ankle in front of the other. Sit bones attached to the earth, maybe moving the flesh away so you can sit stably. Rolling your shoulders back, shoulders above your hips, head above your heart, chin parallel to the earth. On your next inhale, reach your arms up toward the sky. And as you exhale, release your right hand down toward your right hip and tip over, leaving both sit bones on the ground. Feeling that space you're still creating in that chest, in your chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, reaching up, creating space in your spine, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, maybe reaching out to the right a little bit further. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, up. One more time to each side. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, over to your left. On your next inhale, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, twist to your right. Sorry, I'm getting this off here. Twist to your right, right arm coming behind, left arm going across. Take a breath here, allowing your spine to go up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, twist a little bit more toward your right shoulder. When your next inhale comes, turn your chest to the front, sweep your arms up. Exhale over to the left, left arm comes behind, right arm comes across. As you inhale, lengthening your spine up, creating space. Exhale, if there's space available, twisting a little bit more towards your left shoulder. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, chest comes forward, hands come together, and then lower your hands heart center. Allow your thumbs to rest at your heart space here. Take note of your heart beating. Being grateful right now for this life, for this moment. As you're ready, come onto your hands and knees, coming into your tabletop position. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Knees right below your hips, tops of your feet may be on the ground. And as you inhale and your belly fills up with air, let your belly drip down as you're creating a dip in your back. Roll your shoulders back, your seat goes up, your gaze goes up slightly to where the ceiling meets the wall. And then as you exhale, round your spine, press into the earth, let your head hang in between your upper arms. As you create an arch in your back, separating your shoulder blades, creating space. Inhale, allow your belly to drip down, roll your shoulders back, your chest reaches forward. Exhale, round your spine, press into the earth, relax your head. Continue this breath and movement, adding any kind of organic movement that helps you as you start to create space in between your vertebrae to get ready for your flow this morning or this afternoon, depending where you are. Continuing to breathe. Exploring the different areas of your spine, maybe going slower or faster depending on how your body is feeling today. Complete the next round and come back into neutral. And then from here, opening up the other parts of your spine. So bring your right shoulder back towards your right hip. So creating a little C curve, looking back towards your right hip. A fishtail, and then come on over to the other side. Left shoulder and left hip come close to each other. And you can continue to move back and forth in that way. Noticing the space you're creating in the opposite side from which way you're twisting. And after your next round, come back to stillness. From here, reach your right toes to the back of your mat, curl your toes under, and then shift your shoulders back, giving yourself a calf stretch, allowing your heel to reach back. Taking a few breaths here. Shift your shoulders back over your wrists. Square your hips to the mat. Maybe bring your left fingertips to the front of the mat here and reach out, getting really nice and long. And then if it feels like a good idea, raise that back leg up. Your right toes are pointed down. Maybe your left arm comes next to your left ear. Your thumb is pointing up. Your gaze is down. On an inhale, your belly fills with air, creating space so you can lengthen out. And as you exhale, bring your belly in, creating that strength in your pose here, spinal balance. From here, bring your left hand down, raise your right leg up and over to the left side behind you. Lower your foot down to the ground, your toes, and look back towards your left shoulder, back towards your right foot, creating more space in your side body there. And then inhale, raise that leg back up and take the right leg out towards your right hip. I'll mirror you so you can see that. And then from here, bring your hands in towards your body, allowing your seat to reach down toward your feet. Coming into this version of child's pose with your leg extended. And then go ahead and start to press into the earth, bringing your seat back up, bring your hands forward, bring your knee back underneath, coming back into your tabletop. On your next inhale, bring your left toes to the back of the mat. Curl your toes under and shift your heel back. So you're shifting your shoulders back, creating a nice stretch in your calf. Shift your shoulders forward. And then from here, lengthen out your spine as you bring your right fingertips forward, keeping your hips squared to the mat, keeping a flat level on your hips behind you. And then maybe lifting that left leg up, your toes are pointed down, right arm comes next to your right ear, thumb pointing up, balancing your weight on your left hand and your right lower leg and knee. As you inhale, your belly fills up with air, creating more space, reaching forward with your hand and back with your heel. And as you exhale, your spine comes in and you feel that strength of that pose. As you're ready, bring your hand back down, right hand back down, lift your left leg up and bring it over to the right side. Look back at your right toes that are down on the ground. Getting that side bend here. And then on your next inhale, raise your leg up, taking it out to the left side. And then shift your hips back as your hands come in toward your body. Your seat goes back toward your back foot, finding your child's pose with the leg extended. Shift your hands forward. And then bring your knee back underneath and come back into your table pose. Oh, Karen, I see that you said no class. I'm sorry if you're having trouble seeing me. I show that 30 other people are here. Somebody could give me a heart or something and let me know that you're still here. Oh, thank you. Okay. That scared me for a moment. Great. Thank you so much. So from here, we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So curl your toes under and then raise your hips up toward the sky, allowing your chest to reach back towards your thighs. You can keep your knees here, knees bent here, to really feel that extension in your spine, creating space as your hips lift up. And then you can walk your dog here by bending one knee, allowing the opposite heel to go down toward the earth, and switching to the other side, going back and forth at whatever pace feels good for you. And then as you're ready, coming to stillness, allowing your heels to reach down toward the earth. Wherever they land is fine, or wherever they don't land is fine too. Take a few breaths here. Thank you, Beth. And on your next inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, start to step your feet toward your hands. Your seat comes up. You're coming into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Knees are nice and bent so your thighs and belly are touching. Let your head hang down. And on your next inhale, raise your shoulders even with your hips and press your hands into the shins or thighs. Halfway lift, gaze is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips up toward the sky, extended mountain. And exhale, bring your hands heart center. Allow your thumbs at your heart space here. Noticing any changes in your heartbeat and your breath pattern since you began. Remembering to incorporate moments of stillness and moments of movement into your practice and into your life. To create space for everything that you need. Come into your mountain pose, roll your shoulders back, palms open to the front of your mat, ankles right below your knees, hip bones right above your knees. We'll start our sun salutations. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, tipping from your hips, forward fold, bending your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands. Your feet go to the back of the mat. Find your plank, straight line from the crown of your head to your sit bones. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward over your wrists. And then chaturanga, knees down or up, bending your elbows back towards your feet. Lower your chest down toward the earth. And then lower your hips down, roll your shoulders back, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, chest reaches forward, shoulders away from your ears, Sphinx. Take a breath here. When your next exhale comes, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, maybe come to your knees, and then raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your hands up high. Exhale, hands heart center. And again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, tipping from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, coming into plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward over your wrists. Chaturanga on an exhale. You can lower your knees, bending your elbows back towards your feet. Chest reaches the ground. And then hips release. Roll your shoulders back. Hands forward, coming into Sphinx, or your back bend. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands heart center. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plant your hands, feet go back, plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, press into your hands, cobra or baby cobra, or up dog. Exhale, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your hands up high. Exhale, hands heart center. Take a few moments here for breathing. Noticing the spaces that you've created already in your practice. And release your hands down, find your mountain, front of your mat. On your next inhale, sweep your hands up toward the sky. As you exhale, bend your knees, your seat goes back, finding your chair. Taking a breath here, noticing the connection of your feet on the earth, four corners of your feet, pressing into the ground. As you exhale, maybe lower your hips a little bit lower. When your next inhale comes, straighten your legs, coming to extended mountain. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, and from here, take your right foot to the back of the mat. Find your runner's lunge. Knee right above your ankle, or at least not past your toes. Back leg is lowered, coming into a low lunge. Maybe the top of the foot comes down to the ground. And on your inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, reach your arms forward, and then open up with that right arm, twisting towards your right. And then on an exhale, take your left hand, lower it down toward your right big toe, opening up into a twist. Exhale, turn your chest towards your mat, bring both hands on either side of your foot, curl your toes, raise your knee, and then bring that back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands heart center. Other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, chair. Staying here, inhale, rolling your shoulders away from your chest. Exhale, lowering down just a bit more. Inhale, straight and extended mountain. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plant your hands, bring your left foot to the back of your mat. Runner's lunge. Low lunge, lower your knee, top of your foot, sweep your arms up. Reach your arms forward, and then open up to the left side into a twist. Release your right hand down toward your right toe and open up, finding your twist, creating space in your chest. And then on your exhale, turn your chest towards your mat, bring your hands to either side of your foot, curl your back toes, lift your knee, and bring that back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Extended mountain, inhale. All the way up, fingertips. Maybe gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, hands heart center. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, feet go to the back of the mat. Find your plank. You can flow here or skip it and meet us in downward dog. If you're flowing, shift forward. Lower down, chaturanga. Scoop into a back bend of your choice. Curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, raise your right leg up high, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift your body forward, coming into a runner's lunge. Your right foot comes to the front of the mat, back leg straight and strong. Crescent lunge, inhale, reach your shoulders over your hips, fingertips come up high. Exhale, reach your hands forward. And then inhale, take your right arm back, opening up into a twist. Exhale, release your left hand down toward the ground, coming into the twist, lunge twist here. Take a breath. And from this one, use your core to bring yourself back up into a warrior two. So you'll bring your shoulders up over your hips and then turn to the front and then rotate your back heel down, finding your warrior two. And then lift your arms up, straighten that front leg, open your arms, tip your shoulders forward, find your triangle. Bend into your front knee. Turn your chest toward your knee, rotate that back heel up, runner's lunge. From here, take that front foot to the back and find your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, raise your left leg up high. And as you exhale, shift your shoulders forward, bringing that foot to the front, runner's lunge. Crescent, inhale, shoulders over your hips, fingertips up high. Exhale, reach your arms forward. And then as you bring your left arm back, twisting toward your left bent knee. Exhale, release your right hand down, coming into that twist, taking a breath here, creating space in your hips and chest. When your next inhale comes, you're going to come up into that twisted lunge and then bring your chest forward and rotating all the way over to your warrior two. So inhale using your core, bring yourself up. Hands come up for a quick crescent, rotate the back heel down, open your wings, warrior two, looking over your front fingertips. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward, release your left hand down, reaching up, finding your triangle. Take a breath here. From here, bend into your front knee, rotate that back heel up, bring both hands to the front of the mat. Forward fold on an exhale, bring that back foot to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold with your knees nice and bent. Reach for opposite elbows and allow yourself a ragdoll here, shifting from side to side. Coming to stillness on your next inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your fingertips up high. And exhale, hands heart center. Bringing your thumbs to your heart space. Noticing the changes in the energy that you've created in your body. And breathe. From here, we'll be creating space in our body for balance. So bring your feet down underneath your knees. Bring your weight over to your right foot. Rolling your shoulders back, going to come into standing wind relieving pose. So as you bring your left knee up toward your belly, maybe reaching behind your thigh or at the front of your shin, find your balance here. Taking note of all the different things that go on in your body to try to find space for this balance. Maybe roll your shoulders back so you can stand up even higher, looking at something that isn't moving, finding the ease in this balance, continuing to breathe. And on your next exhale, release your left leg down. Maybe shake out the standing leg. And coming over to balance on the left foot now. Finding your weight over on that left foot, bending your right knee forward. And as you find your balance here, starting to bend your right knee in towards your chest, reaching behind your thigh or at the front of your shin, or using a strap to assist you, or a towel. Rolling your shoulders back if it's possible, trying to stand upright in this balance. Each side is going to feel different. Each day is going to be different. Allow space for those changes. And on your next exhale, release your leg down and shake it out. From here, reach your right arm up, coming into cow face arm. So you'll pat your back with your hand, palm against the, in between your shoulder blades, and then bring your left arm back, maybe reaching your fingertips, maybe using your shirt, rolling your shoulders back, trying to keep yourself upright. Taking a few breaths here, still creating that space in the front of your shoulders and your chest. And breathe. Starting to release your exhales out of your mouth if you haven't already. And release. Shake it out. Bring your left arm up, bend the elbow, pat yourself in between your shoulder blades and bring your right arm back, reaching toward your fingertips or attaching them or reaching for your shirt, whatever feels best for you. Allowing your shoulders to relax down your back even as they're being worked on. And release. Shake it out. One more pose here. You can reach back and reach for opposite elbows. You can roll your shoulders back, having your chest nice and open. If it's available to you, you can either stay here or grasp onto your hands, rolling your shoulders back, trying to get your forearms closer together as your chest moves forward. And breathe, shoulders away from your ears, dripping down your back. And release. Shake out your arms. From here, we're going to come into a forward fold that we'll be holding for just a little bit. So if you want to place something to support you, and you can also bend your knees, you can bring your feet out a little bit further than hip distance. And as you exhale, tipping from your hips, fold forward, supporting yourself on your ground, which may be your blocks, but anything you need to do to allow your head to release, for any thoughts that are troubling you to sweep down onto the ground and float away. You can also bring your forearms to your thighs. Releasing the air out of your mouth. Gently bend into your knees and maybe place your hands on your blocks, coming halfway up. And then bringing your toes and knees pointing forward and bring yourself down onto your mat any way you need to get there. We're going to actually come onto our backs, finding our bridge poses. So have something handy that you can place your back onto for the second set, maybe a blanket or a block or a pillow. But for this first one, we're going to come into a standard bridge, feet directly underneath your knees, knees pointing up, feet flat on the ground. Roll your shoulders back, your fingertips are reaching toward your heels. And as you exhale, lift your hips up toward the sky. Taking a few breaths here. What can you do to create more space in your front body as you're lifting up? Maybe tucking your shoulders underneath your upper back. Taking a few breaths here. And as you're ready, lower your hips back down toward the earth very gently. And sway your knees from side to side like windshield wipers. For this second bridge, we have the option of having a supported bridge, or you can come into the same bridge as we did. If you're going to support with a block, I can show you that. Otherwise, you can place a blanket or a pillow right underneath your hips. Bring your seat up onto your pillow or blanket, folded blanket, and come back. And this is the supported bridge. With a block, you would raise your hips up and place the flat part of the block on your sacrum just below your spine and just above your sit bones, and it should feel comfortable. Either way, you can leave your knees bent, or if your body would like to reach your legs out, feel the stretch at the front of your hips, you can do that. Or you can come into waterfall, bringing your knees in toward your chest and then raising your feet up, trying to make this effortless. So notice if your abs are working, you might want to bend your knees a little bit more to let your feet kind of float. And whichever pose you're in, allow yourself to rest and relax here. As you're ready, return your feet back down to the ground with your knees pointed up. If you have a block, really press into your feet to raise your hips. Remove the block and then lower your hips down, removing any props that you have underneath you. As you reach the ground, allow your knees to roll from side to side. And then from here, bend your knees in towards your chest, reach for your knees, and make some circles to give your back a nice massage. And in the other direction. Reach your arms out to a T And release your knees over towards your right side for a twist. Maybe picking up your head and looking over toward your left fingertips for a more intense twist. And breathe. On your next inhale, bring your knees above your chest, and as you exhale, release your knees over to the other side. Your gaze going over towards your right fingertips, if that feels good for you. As you're ready, bring your knees back above your chest. Happy baby, reach your feet up toward the sky. Release your knees out toward your armpits, reaching behind your thighs or shins or your ankles or feet or toes. You can rock or stay still here. And then bringing your knees together in front of your chest, give yourself a big hug around your shins or behind your thighs. On your next inhale, raise your forehead towards your knees and curl yourself into a tight little ball and hold your breath here for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, release down into your Shavasana, your final resting pose, to let everything sink into your body. I'll watch the time, give you a nice 5-minute Shavasana. Allow your toes and feet to relax and release. Your ankles. Release any tension from your lower legs and your knees. Soften your upper legs, your seat, and your hips. Release any tension from your belly, your chest, your back. Soften your collarbones and your shoulders. Relax your arms all the way down to your fingertips. Release any tension from your neck. Relax your jaw. Soften that place between your eyebrows. Soften your entire face and quiet your mind, relaxing, releasing, and letting go. begin to lengthen out your breath. Press each fingertip to your thumb, noticing an increased awareness of a quiet mind. Gently rotate your wrists and your ankles. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. Bringing movement back into your body and bringing your mind back into the space with us together. As you're ready, for a last moment of quiet and stillness, to thank yourself for making it to the mat today, for giving yourself time to create space and hold space for all of your emotions, and to remember that time at rest is never wasted. As you're ready, take your left hand in front of your nose and press yourself up to a seated position with your hands heart center, bowing towards your fingertips to close out our practice. It was truly an honor to guide you through this yoga practice today. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful weekend. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Deborah, who had to leave. Thank you, Beth. Thank you so much for all of your hearts. As a reminder, I am having a local community flow, and so any donations I receive today will go toward that. The other donations I'm receiving this month are for the teacher appreciation, where I'll be, for every $20, I'll be giving a restorative class for some teacher friends that are getting done with their school year this year. I was lucky enough this year to teach at a school and really see how much these teachers really put into their work. So I'm hoping to give back. Oh, Beth, that's great. I'm very grateful that you are here. I'm so glad that you got what you needed today. Thank you so much. I am in the next hour, so coming up at the half hour, I'm having another yin and restorative class. I'll maybe be having another one next week too. Kathy, oh, I'm glad you liked your flow. Thank you so much. And if there's anything that you would like to see happening on this part that you think that would be good for you, I know that there's a lot of different yoga instructors on this app, and so I'm so grateful that you chose to practice with me today. It means so much. So much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chrissy. I appreciate that. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh my. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have such a great day. Love in all the hearts. Fills my heart space. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you have any different classes that you would like to see, I also offer, I did my first Yoga Nidra last week at the new moon. So there are some meditations that I'll be adding in the coming months as well. So if you have anything that you would like to see, I like doing beginner's flow. I also sometimes do a little bit of a more challenging flow, but I tend to go toward the beginner flow so that it's accessible to everyone. It's not even really beginner, it's just the poses, and you can make them what you need them to be. And I hope to guide people in that way. So thank you so much for everybody who is here. I'm going to go ahead and be respectful of your time and let you get back to your day. I don't know why my cats didn't make an appearance today. I think it's because my husband's home. They're probably in there with him. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.